And we are podcasting.
We are. That's the rumor.
Smithy.
Yes.
Welcome to the Shipyard. I know you've been here many times.
I have, and I enjoy coming back each and every time.
Well, I'm certainly glad you're here. Welcome to the Shipyard. I am Joe Van Awesome Van Dawson. This, of course, is Brian Smithy Smith.
That is me.
We are presented by the Beard Club.
Yes, we are. Because you know what? There's nothing worse than having space on your face.
You don't want to do it. You really need to have some facial coverage, especially if you don't want to frighten people.
Yes. I mean, no better way to frighten somebody is non-existent facial hair.
Startling.
It's, oh boy. It shivers my timbers.
Long story short, head on over to thebeardclub.com/best-deal-ever while you can. November is coming to a close. They have great deals on beard care products, and you could take advantage of that.
I would.
Great. Now, Smith, it's a little bit of a somber mood around here today.
Yeah. In addition to the rain.
And it's raining.
It sets the mood.
It sets the mood. Guys, we had, we're going to talk about a lot of things today. I'll just quickly, we're going to talk about the uniform reveal. Mm-hmm. We're going to get into the quarterback draft.
Which was great, by the way.
Great draft. Josh Johnson, we're pumped.
Oh, yeah.
But before we do that, Smith.
Yes.
We have an apology to make.
We do. A heartfelt, sincere apology.
That was my phone reminding me that we need to make an apology.
That was a very good reminder.
Now, Smith, back in episode 4, we made some comments.
Didn't we make comments in every episode?
Every episode we have made comments, but the comments that
so
we
it wasn't
made,
a trick question.
No.
Okay.
The comments that we made specifically in episode 4 were directed towards the then non-existent entity that is the Commanders podcast listener base.
Yes, that's ringing a bell.
Now, they didn't exist at the time.
That is correct.
But now...
Podcasta non grata?
Yeah. We made some comments, of course, making fun of that non-existent audience. And now a podcast has spun up.
Which is great.
Which is fantastic.
Yes.
We fully support this. But, Smith, I have to say that the lot over there in San Antonio is a sensitive bunch.
I did get that impression.
Now, credit to the pain, I think. I'm going to have to give you the majority of the credit, Smithy, because you really cut down to the core with your comments.
You know, sometimes the best way to handle something is not to candy coat it and not beat around the bush.
Yeah.
Not lead people astray. Not basically just get to the point.
Sure. So what we're trying to say is you're in some trouble. Let's get yourself out of it.
Okay. I'm just going to fire away.
Go for it.
We would like to apologize to all the non-existent San Antonio podcast listeners for calling them homely. We have never met or spoken to any non-existent San Antonio podcast listener or listeners, so we made an assumption. This is completely uncharacteristic of us, as we would never try to unintentionally offend anyone or anybody in or near the San Antonio area, especially ones that do not exist yet. Now that you do exist, hear my words clearly. You are a beautiful people. If a bit overly sensitive, but none of us are perfect. P.S. There's no basements in Southern California.
That is true. All right. So the command post, I hope you accept our apology. They did make some wild accusations.
They did.
In retort to our playful banter.
It's very playful.
One of which is, of course, that we are podcasting from my mother's basement. Now, as Smithy alluded to, there are no basements in Southern California. No. We're too close to the beach.
Yes. So it would, it would flood out.
Flood out. So we are, of course, in an upstairs room, and which is my house that I own.
Correct.
For sure, definitely my place.
100% not a lie.
Joey, honey, dinner's ready. Mom, I said don't interrupt me while I'm podcasting. Sorry about that, guys. Pay no attention to what just occurred.
Yes, it's dinner time.
No, it's not dinner time, Smithy. I'm a big boy now. I make my own dinners.
My mistake.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
It's all good, man. It's all good. All right. So now that we've cleared up that I definitely am not podcasting from my mother's basement.
True statement.
The other accusation that they made is that we're a couple of bros, a couple of frat bros,
What?
who are just angry and upset that the Chargers have left San Diego.
Oh.
Now, we are angry and upset that and that we were lashing out because of this. But now I will give you this. We are angry and upset, of course, that the Chargers have left San Diego.
Right.
That's a huge bummer. We actually, this is for real now. I'm not joking around. I appreciate the fact that San Antonio has been trying to get a team for so long. Mm-hmm. That's respectable. I'm glad you guys have a team. I really am glad.
For sure.
And I'm also super excited that we get to hate that team with all of our bodies.
Exactly. But
now,
I do have to say,
yes,
we may have lost the Chargers.
Yeah, we may have. We did.
And, you know, and then the blame squarely goes on the Spanos.
You know, Spanos was determined to leave this town.
And I'll bring this up again. The irony of this whole thing is that the Spanos family made their money from real estate deals. Somehow or another, managed to fail to make a real estate deal to keep the Chargers.
Yeah.
That's just because I think that you just want to move them to L.A. so they can sell them for more money. But that's besides the point. But all that being said, you know, there's one thing that San Diego has never lost.
Yeah, there's one definite thing that San Diego has never lost.
And it kind of sticks out.
Yeah.
And
should we say it?
Yeah. It's.
Are we going to say it?
We can. Yeah. I mean,
okay. All right.
It's been long enough.
What have we never lost?
We've never lost the Alamo.
Oh! Boop, 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 boop. Soundboard air horn. Ooh, that's going to cut deep.
Yes. I hope it's not too soon.
Apologies will be issued at the beginning of next week's episode.
Yes.
So for that one.
We're already drafting next week's apology.
Woo, that will be interesting to see if that makes the edit or not.
Okay.
Now, Smith, on to...
And it's all in good fun.
It's all in good fun, guys. All in good fun. We love you beautiful folks out there in San Antonio.
Texas?
I think San Antonio is Spanish for sensitive.
I thought it meant overly sensitive.
All right. We all know what the Spanish translation of San Diego is, so I'm sure they'll fire me.
Sure we'll have plenty. Or hear plenty.
All right, guys, listen, we've got some uniforms to break down.
Yes.
We have got some uniforms to break down
for everyone to love.
All right, we'll just stop that right now.
That's guy. Ooh, who was that?
It was beautiful.
I'm tearing up.
All right, Smith. So we have stressed the importance of these uniforms since day one, have we not?
We have.
And they have finally been revealed.
Tuesday night. Every single team in the league revealed their uniforms.
Now, the reveal was a little bit mishandled. There was a leak early in the day.
So that really, in my opinion, took out some of the steam.
It did. And it was a ESPN reporter. The name escapes me off the top of my head right now, but he has 2 million Twitter followers. Yeah, that dude.
Rebel.
So he released the uniforms early in the morning. I wasn't going to look. I didn't want to look. I wanted to wait and see them in person.
You must be horrible Christmas morning.
But anyway, thanks, dude, for ruining all of the reveal parties.
Yeah.
So anyway, that guy's the worst, but we still got ourselves some uniforms. We have ranked them.
We did.
I ranked them, Smithy ranked them, and our Facebook group has ranked them.
We ranked these professionally and scientifically.
Yes. Now we come to a consensus between myself, Smithy, and our Facebook group. Correct. And that is the ranking that we're going to present to you today.
So, without further ado.
Should
we do it from...
Let's go from worst to best.
Perfect.
Okay. Now, everyone agrees the Legends have ranked dead last on this list.
And I can see why.
Now, there's no better radio than describing things that look bad. But this, in my mind, the Legends is the obligatory purple team. Every league's got to have a purple team. listen, my college colors were purple. I can understand purple, but the Legends really missed the mark here.
Man, they make stormtroopers look like marksmen. That's how bad these uniforms are. I mean, hands down. I mean, they're horrible. That's how much I hate them. I'm speechless. They're so bad. They look like maybe somebody in another country knows about football and that teams wear uniforms, so let's slap these together.
Yeah, they mix the purple with kind of almost like a muted version of the 49ers gold.
Yeah, it's almost
and the
Peter gold.
Helmet is a sparkle bomb.
It is. It looks like Rip Taylor designed the helmet.
Yeah, it may as well be exploding confetti out of the ear holes.
with it's a clown show.
Okay, before we go any further, Smithy, I want to explain our ranking system.
Yeah, let's not confuse anybody more.
Yeah, there was a maximum score of 10 from me, 10 from you, and 5 from the Facebook group.
That is correct.
Sorry, Faith, that's just kind of how it worked out.
Yeah. So a maximum of 25 possible points.
Basically, on the Facebook group, number 1 was awarded 5 points, and then 2, 3, 4 was downgraded half a point the way it ranked. So that's how we came to the consensus ranking. Because each Smithy and I got 5 points for the helmet, 5 points for the uniform. This is all probably things that listeners do not care about, but
nope.
Basically maximum possible score of 25.
There we go.
Now, the Legends scored an 8.5 of the maximum score of 25. So,
hey, at least they didn't get a 0, I guess.
Now, it's also worth noting that, of course, there are 8 teams. The Legends came in 8th. There was a tie at 3, so there is no 7th place. Nope. But the Legends do not get that 7th. They still are number 8. So
we got to earn that number 7.
We'll be skipping 7 and going right to 6.
There we go. Which is the Apollos.
The Apollos. Now, I don't hate the Apollos. Like I said, the Legends, I think, are the only dumpster fire in this group.
Totally.
But the Apollos are just not the best.
Yeah, they really missed the mark with the colors. I mean, because really, the orange, the blue, and the white, you can do some cool stuff with that. But the way they chose to go, it really just looks like an alternate away jersey for the Broncos.
Yeah, it was relatively uninspired. They could have done more with it. It's kind of a classic. The saving grace, in my opinion, is the cool matte blue helmet is cool.
Right. Not the logo, though.
The logo bumps it down a notch. Yeah. Because the logo is shiny orange.
And it looks like a brooch.
Brooch logo.
Brooch logo.
Orlando brooches. All right. Coming in at a respectable 5th place at a score of 16 out of 25 is...
Not bad, you know.
The Arizona Hotshots.
Man, they're all over the place, in my opinion. They really are.
Smithy is definitely less of a fan of the Hotshots than I am.
Okay, that's fair.
On the helmet, I gave it a 4 out of possible 5. I think the helmet is pretty sweet.
I do like the helmet. I gave the helmet a 3.5. It's just missing something, and I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's close. It's close to being a great helmet. Where I really ding the Hotshots is their uniform. I gave it a 1. It's just too Oregon Ducky. It just looks too college. It's got
some Oregon Ducks about it.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'm thinking Hotshots, man. That should have been red or something along those lines. Red and orange. I don't know. Something along those lines that indicated something hot. Whereas I'm looking at this, it looks like Sprite, like a lemon lime drink.
Yeah, no, I can see it now. I see it. But I think the helmet is the saving grace, in my opinion. I do like that alternate AZ logo. It's just kind of cool, and the way they incorporated it into the stripe is pretty solid, in my opinion. The helmet is the saving grace for me. I do agree with you on the uniforms. You gave them the uniforms a 1. I gave them a 3.5.
A generous 3.5.
A generous 3.5. Overall, I don't know. I don't know why, but I don't hate it that much.
Yeah, I mean, I can see why it's, a middle of the road score.
Yep.
So.
All right, now coming in at a respectable 4th place, and I mocked up the Memphis Express. That's who's coming in at 4th here, and I can definitely say that color scheme, the red, white, and blue, love it, go America. But it's tough to come up with something new and unique with that color scheme, in my opinion.
Because a lot of teams, whether it's professional or collegiate, have red, white, and blue in their colors, man.
They do. And I think the Express went along, and their red looks a little bit different to me than it did on the logo. And because they went with that matte, and then it kind of ombres over to blue.
That is correct.
There's a color fade from red to blue on the helmet. And then they used just the airplane portion of their logo on the helmet.
Not bad. It's not bad. It's not as bad as that gradient the Jaguars have.
Yeah, the one that the Jaguars used to have was one of the worst things I've ever seen. It went from black to shiny gold.
That was just horrible.
Foreshadowing. You'll understand why I said that in a little bit.
But
now
I have to say something real quick about. I have a subconscious calling to me that these are just alternate Houston Texan uniforms, though. I don't know why. But for some reason, I think of the Texans when I see their uniforms. It's a different color blue. It's a darker blue that the Texans have. The red is definitely slightly different, but I don't know what it is that keeps tapping me in the back of my head, like, oh, this is, the Texans would wear this for an alternate jersey. So,
well, that's just like your opinion, man.
Right? No, you're right.
I don't see it. But overall, I think they did a pretty unique take on the helmet. As far as helmets go, I gave it a 4. Smith, you gave it a 3.
I did.
It's up there in the helmet rankings, in my opinion.
But I gave the jersey a 4.
You did give the jersey a 4.
I do like how the blue wraps around the shoulders, and then the red on the bicep part. I actually like how that is all whip-de-dee-dooed.
Yeah.
Because there's a word I can't think of right now.
So. Now, what I will say is I think Starter, by and large, really cheaped out on the sleeve details.
They did. I think they played it too safe.
Every team's sleeves at the hemline are basically a color change, right? So there's
every single one.
They didn't do anything unique with the sleeves. Almost every team, not every single one, but almost every team, just basically at the hemline of the sleeves, they go from one color to the other. And that's just, that's been done 100 billion times. Gosh. Like that's just like the thing. Yep. It's easy to do because it's a stitch line. I don't know. You could have done cooler detail around the sleeves. I think that's the focal point of a uniform. Mm-hmm. So in my opinion, the sleeves universally,
and shoulders, sleeves and shoulders,
league wide, were a miss. So I think Starter could have done better there. All right. Anything else to say on the? Let's move right on to the. So scoring coming in at
tied
for 3rd are the AAF Stallions. Tied for 3rd. Respectable showing.
Yes.
Very. By the Stallions. Now, the Stallions, I did not expect, based on their logo, to like this uniform.
I was surprised.
Again, the sleeve issue is prevalent. It's just
it's still there.
That's really the only jersey detail is. I think there's a side stripe there, but you go from a gray and then the blue on the sleeves, and it's like, all right,
there we go again. Yeah,
sure they
do it like almost every other team's jerseys did.
Yeah. Now, what I do really like about the Stallions, and I gave this a 4, which is my 2nd highest helmet rating. I like the detail around the face mask, which is the back of their logo, kind of the stallion wings. Right. I think it is a cool use of those things, and I like the color blue against the silver. It just looks good.
Yeah, it's more of a closer to a powder blue and a silver. So it kind of has a Detroit Lions-ish, but not Detroit though.
Yeah,
it's still a bit
distinctively different than Detroit, but still looking pretty good.
Looks good, and the color, the two-tone blues that they use, I think really match very nicely.
Yep.
I'm not a fan though of the little winglets or whatever the mane, I guess, is what
on
it
the
may
helmet?
be. Yeah, on the helmet. So that's why I scored the helmet a little bit lower than you.
You gave it a 3.
I gave it a 3. I think they could have done better. I really do.
We both came in with a 3.5 on the uniform. Again, not bad, but nothing really unique there. Nothing really super inspiring about the uniform as a whole. Except, the winglets to me are the best part of the whole thing.
Okay.
Except for the fact that you got to call them winglets.
Winglets. Can you get those at Buffalo Wild Wings?
Ooh, we should be able to.
Let me get a 20 stack of them winglets.
Let me get some of those winglets. All right, moving on. Tied for third. And let me tell you, Smithy, if it were up to me, they're going to rank substantially lower. But it's our beloved fleet.
It is. So there is a little hometown bias.
Now, I'm going to jump right into these helmets. I rank the helmets a 1.5.
What?
Yes. People are loving the helmets across the internet. And as much as I wanted to love them, Smith,
right.
and I'm heavily biased.
Yes.
I wanted to love these things so badly.
So did your phone.
And my phone is telling me that I should be loving these helmets, but I don't. I hate the helmets, Smith.
Can I give you a silver lining in these helmets? With these helmets, actually.
Well, there is a literal silver lining.
I know.
We'll get into that. Is that where you're going?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is with just a couple of slight changes, these would be the best helmets in the AAF.
That's
just and it's so funny that these are slight changes that could easily be done.
Very easily be done. And instantaneously we would have the best helmets in the league. Now, I think we disagree on one element of the helmet, which is the chevron stripe. I don't like anything about it.
Okay.
I'm going to go into what I dislike the most about it, which is the fact that it is shiny, reflective gold.
Yeah, and that's why I did not give it a perfect score. I don't like anything to do.
It's not our color.
No.
Our color is not gold. It's yellow.
It's yellow.
The thing is mirror finish, sparkly gold. So is the logo, by the way.
And the outline for the number.
And what we're talking, the silver lining for the numbers is literally chrome.
Yes. I can see your face in it.
One of the things I hate most about helmets, and colleges are doing this, is when they freaking put like foil chrome gold logos on the helmets. They're horribly distracting. They're the worst.
You're supposed to watch the play.
And I feel bad because I don't want to be a downer, Smith.
I know.
I love the fleet. I want to be excited.
They've been great to us.
They've been amazing to us, but I got to be honest, man.
Yeah. I mean, in any relationship, honesty is the best policy.
It is. The gold chevrons and the gold logo and the chrome around the numbers are so bad. On my honest opinion, if they would just go to a matte finish for those items, I think we'd have a winner, hands down. Now, the paint of the helmet is also...
It's a little glittery.
It's glittery, dark gray. Now, Smith, we're a military town.
We are.
Does glittery paint, reflective gold bling, and chrome outlines to what look like whole numbers on the side of a battleship, does that say military to you?
No.
No, that is terrible. That is like if a destroyer were given to pimp my ride.
Yes.
Exhibit gets a hold of a US Navy destroyer and it's like, all right, here we go. I hate the gold. I hate the chrome. I hate the glitter gray paint.
Yeah, it should be subdued. It should be matte. It should be more of a...
it should be matte.
Thank you.
Through and through. It should be battleship gray matte.
Yep.
Now, one of the other flubs...
There's no shiny boats out there in the U.S. Navy.
One of the other flubs about the release is that they had an alternate version of this helmet that almost came out because the first images that the AAF released was of the wrong helmet for the fleet. And I got excited because I saw the full body photo and I was like, I don't like those chevrons.
Right.
We'll get to that in a minute, but there was an alternate version that it was a matte gray helmet, and it had the lighter gray and it had the yellow, and I suspect that all three colors were matte, and it would have been much better, more appropriate for a military look.
It would have been fine.
But instead, they went with the glitter bomb that is the fleet's helmet, and I don't like it.
With the number of helmets for all the teams, not all the teams have the glitter bombs, but it's all, like I said, man, earlier, it's like Rip Taylor got a hold of some of these helmet designs.
Yeah. Yep. So I give him a 1. No, I give him a 1.5.
1.5.
Because of the fact. Now, Smith, you gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4 because, like I said, small changes would put these helmets at the top of the pack.
But the devil's in the details, man. And those small changes were so easy to make. And the fact that they didn't, it just gets me, man. Oh, it makes me a grumpy Gus over here.
Oh, boy. I'm going to have to...
My blood is a-boiling over here.
It's getting warm in here.
So let's move on to the jerseys. Okay, so at first, I didn't like them when I saw them without the pads.
Yep, I remember saying that.
It's the... starter just taking the hemline and changing from gray to yellow. That could have been a lot more. That could have been a lot cooler.
Yes. I think what would have been cooler is actually if on the sleeves, it would have been yellow and gray stripes.
Yeah. Stripes, some might say maybe that would have been too reminiscent of the Steelers, but at the same time, they didn't do anything unique with the sleeves on any of the teams. It's just solid color for every sleeve on the entire. There's no stripes. So it's confusing the way they went with the stripes. Obviously, it was, I don't know, easier or cheaper to do it that way.
Maybe.
But now, so let's talk about chevrons and the uniform in general.
Okay.
So chevrons, of course, are, in the logo, they're meant to represent military ranking.
They were?
Now, these uniforms, Smith, these uniforms have achieved the all-time highest military rank in the history of military. I mean, there've got to be like 40 chevrons on this uniform as a whole.
Wow.
The pants have them. The side of the jersey has them. The helmet has them. I'm like, what are you? Are you like the super turbo command leader?
Captain Major
Admiral, Master and Commander? Like, oh man, these guys have reached incredible ranks. And to me, this is a
I am the law.
Yeah, this is a missed opportunity with this particular element of the design and our persona. Is in my mind, everybody on the team should have had maybe 2 chevrons on each side, right?
Right.
And then the captains could have gotten a 3rd.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Which would have been a cool nod to the military as far as like achieving a rank.
Correct.
So the military ties in the uniform, I think there's missed opportunities here for sure. I like our color scheme. It's the saving grace of the uniform. I like the gray. I like the light gray pants. Yep. I like the dark gray jersey. The yellow accents are okay. But it's not bad, but there's just so many missed opportunities for an incredible uniform here.
Yes.
Especially that could have tied back to the military. So
thankfully though, those aren't the limited edition jerseys that are for sale.
Yeah, the limited, just for some reason they're black and yellow.
Yeah,
I don't understand it all. The limited edition jerseys are that's another show all in itself. Those are odd. I'm just gonna say they're strange, and I suspect they won't sell very well.
Yes.
But Smith, so we've alluded to how critical these uniforms are to the successes of the league as a whole.
I think the very first episode we mentioned perception.
Yeah, perception, and as much. I mean, there's nobody more enthusiastic about this league than we are.
That's true.
And I'm just not. They missed it, man. They missed it, and it was so close.
It was close. I mean, just looking at our rankings.
Yep.
There's not that much of a difference between first through fourth place.
No.
The scores are pretty tight.
So the tied for third came in at 18.5 as possible 25. So everyone around, the internet, I believe, is saying that the Fleet have the best overall uniforms. That's what I've seen in all the polls. That's universally, it seems like people really like the Fleet's uniforms.
It's funny you say
I've
that.
been in one. And it looks a lot better when you wear it. When I put it on, I don't know.
You look like a real Fleetman.
I look like a Fleetman for sure. But Smith, I just, you know how I am. I
do.
There's so many missed opportunities in this uniform that I just, I can't be. I'm not as excited about it as I want to be.
Well, maybe as the season goes on, it'll grow on you.
Maybe. The helmet won't. As long as there's gold. As long as there's reflective shiny gold on the helmet and reflective shiny chrome, I'm not going to be a fan of that helmet.
Well, the thing that's kind of funny about the shininess is once that helmet gets banged up, it's going to look like crap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there was fingerprints all over it by the time we left the launch party. But
yeah, good thing you put it on second.
Yeah. I think it was actually the first one to put it on.
Oh, I thought the player that came out.
Oh, sure. Yeah, he did. Yeah. So I was the first civilian.
Yes.
And again, guys, I feel bad that I don't like it. I want to like it so bad.
I like it to a point. Let's move on.
All right, let's move on. We spent enough time on the fleet, but again, this is the fleet podcast, so we're gonna lean towards the fleet, obviously. But
shockingly,
all right. So coming in second now is the iron. Now, a lot of people have not agreed with us on this particular one, but what comes in at, there's one
solid
major solid number 2 for us, and they even came in high on the Facebook group. Now, here's the main reason why this uniform surprisingly scores so high, in my opinion.
Do tell.
There is not a bevel on the uniform or helmet, meaning the logo, which we hate, is completely absent.
Which I think is its saving grace. Because had that logo been plastered anywhere on the helmet or uniform,
would have downgraded, would have been on the bottom for us.
It'd have been tied for 8th.
Now, the helmet is a beautiful matte black.
Yes.
Tough looking matte black. The stripe is okay. It's the shape of the stripe's a little odd.
Yes, and that's kind of why I didn't give it the highest.
Now, I docked it 1 point for the stripe.
Yes.
But I gave it a solid 4. And the matte black combined with the matte black uniforms, it's tough and it's mean looking to me.
Looks like a football uniform.
Very simple.
Yep. Simple's good.
Classic.
Yeah.
It's a mean, tough looking uniform.
Mean machine.
Yeah. There's not
there's
not a element of bling to it. It's freaking tough, man.
Yeah, they didn't try to go for the glam, the glitter. It's like, hey, we're here to play some football.
And I don't even typically like black uniforms.
Right.
But for some reason, the fact that it's all black head to toe.
Yep.
And the matte helmet, oof, man, I love it.
Ties it all together.
Yep. It was really good job. Starter here. And they didn't change the color at the hemline.
That's true.
So
they kind of, they went out of their comfort zone.
They went out of their comfort zone. Yeah. The fact that it's very simple. I love it. Good job, Iron.
Good job.
Yep.
Kudos.
Now, last and most certainly least, who came in at number 1 begrudgingly?
The Commanders.
I believe it's pronounced Commandorks.
My apologies. The Commandorks.
And they came in. Now, here's why they scored top honors. Their colors are awesome.
Love the colors.
In my mind, the helmet is very fresh and unique. I scored the helmet a 5. They used the logo elements the best out of any team.
They did incorporate them, I think, more than any other team combined, actually.
Yeah. And so on the back of the helmet is the Alamo outline. It's really cool. Streamlined way to incorporate the logo. On the side of the helmet, they incorporated the sword shape that's in their logo.
Which is why I docked it a point on the helmet and the uniform.
Ooh. You don't...
Well, because in my opinion, they should have removed the sword from the sides of the helmet and put that on the sides of the pants, because that's where you would have your sword to begin with, is on your hip.
True.
So that just would have made more sense for me.
So I did dock the jersey uniform a point for that same reason. I think they could have done both, to be honest. I don't think there's any reason why it couldn't have lived in both places.
I'll give you that. I wouldn't like it, but I'll give you that.
It's a very classic look.
It is. Shoot. They wouldn't have to change it for many, many seasons.
No, it's a classic. The uniform is a very classic look. There's a little bit of miss on the pant stripe, and the helmet is super unique and super cool in my opinion. And it's new and fresh without being over the top or ridiculous. Yeah. And there's not a shiny gold element to it.
No, which is always good.
So Commandorks Good job.
Well done.
You goofballs. You turkeys.
You silly gooses.
So congrats on winning the uniform roundup.
You're welcome.
Commanders, you're welcome. We hand you that top honors. It comes with a crisp 5.
Crisp 5 for those Commander uniforms.
Mike Mark's crisp 5 of the week is awarded to the AAF Commanders and their bang-up uniforms.
Well done.
Well done, guys.
Good job. Well, I think we beat this horse to death.
I think we did.
So,
congratulations for making it through that.
if you're still here, we're still here.
I don't know that we're going to have time to get through a draft breakdown, but our good friends over at Fleet Speak, I believe, are breaking down the draft.
And they're doing a bang-up job, I must say.
Man, I'm a big fan of those guys. They're doing a great job. They are going to break down the entire draft, and I believe that actually just got released as we were recording this, so we haven't had a chance to listen to it yet.
All right.
But we are, I think, call it a night.
I think, speaking of calling,
yes,
I think you should listen to their podcast because I called them. So you're going to.
Yes, yeah. Smithy called. It's going to be great. But also, usual. just listen to their podcast because it's a good podcast. Anyway. You're going to get some beautiful football content in their podcast, whereas we are, tirading about
football-ish
gold reflective helmets.
Whoops.
But that's our strength, man. That's what makes us so good.
Well, you have to grab your strength and run with it. And
that's true.
Do stuff.
Now, next week, I think it's going to be an awesome episode, so make sure you tune into that. We have some really cool surprises for you next week.
Oh, yes.
I'm not going to reveal too much yet, but next week's going to be cool.
It's just like Christmas. Just don't shake the package too hard.
Yeah, and technically, this is our second episode of the week.
Is it?
Yeah. We recorded on Sunday, released on Monday.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, we are coming with the content, fellas.
I wonder why I'm so tired.
So, listener, you're welcome.
Yeah. All of one of you, thank you for being here. Oh, boy.
All right, without any further ado, we, of course, are the frat boys at the yard.
That's right, bro.
That's right, bro.
Damn right we are, bro.
I forgot. I didn't get to our thing. I didn't. You jumped the gun on your tagline. Okay.
I just got so into it.
Yeah, you did.
Can't help it. I'm a bro.
Should we do that one more time?
Do it.
Thanks so much for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you hanging in there with us.
You did well.
Find us on the Facebook, the Twitter, the Instagram, not YouTube. YouTube's for dorks, bro. Pick up some quality beard products at thebeardclub.com. We, of course, are the frat boys at the yard. Our milkshakes are better than the Commanders.
You damn right they are, bro.
Bro, they're so good, bro.
Oh, bro. I mean, the best milkshakes in ever, bro yards.
Brosif.
Bro.
Love it when you come over, bro.
Oh, bro. I mean, we got so many bro stuff going around here. It's just bro from head to toe.
Go Boats!
Go Boats, bro.
Go Boats, bro. Go Boats.
Go, bro.
Go Boats, bro. Go Boats.
Woohoo.
5. Coming in at 5 was, of course, the Arizona Hotshots.
Was it?
I believe it was. Wasn't it?
I don't know. Can't see.
God damn it, our spreadsheet's too wide.
That's what she said.
Hey-o.
Ooh, yes, it's the Hotshots.
Yeah, it was. I was right. Got trust.
Son of a gun.
You gotta believe.